every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 6 p.m. 15 years after John and Alice's wedding.
I'm off to work, darling.
Already? But it's only 6 a.m.
Yes, I have a multitude of appointments with my customers today. So I'm going to have to get an early start on my day.
But you needed a little rest, darling. You only got back this morning at 5 a.m. from a long 2-month trip, and already you're off to work again? I can't even have you to myself for 2 hours?
Listen to me, honey. These are work obligations. I don't have a choice.
I miss you very much, darling. Just give me a few minutes. I want you.
What are you trying to do like that? I'm telling you, my day is going to be too busy. Don't you get it? How can you waste any more of my time with your stories?
Darling, I just want you for a few minutes.
If you have nothing to do, take your Bible and meditate. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Hey, God. In what marriage am I like this? I see my husband barely 5 times a year. And even the few times he's with me, he rarely touches me. Whereas I often feel like touching him. It wasn't like that at the beginning of our marriage. But since he got his job, it's all over. He's become hyper busy. Or does he no longer desire me intimately? My God. Am I going to make it through this story? I can't take it anymore, Mom. My husband doesn't pay me any attention.
What are you talking about? What attention you still crave? You have a husband who takes good care of you and even of me, your mother. He helps your brothers and sisters too. What more attention do you need?
Mom, it's not all about the material. He offers me many things. But he doesn't treat me the way a man would treat his wife. It's like he doesn't even miss me.
You've always been dissatisfied since childhood. This man is fighting hard for you and your 2 children. You should be grateful to him. You have to stop whining every time like a little girl. Wipe your tears and take responsibility.
Mom, please. You know what I'm talking about. I'm still young and I need to be intimate with my husband.
Go take care of yourself and your 2 children. Forget this story. I told you to find something to do. It'll take your mind off things. Don't sit around thinking about trivia.
Okay. I hear you. I'm going to ask to go home, Mom.
Okay, say hello to your husband and children.
Okay, Mom.
I hope you heard everything I said.
Yes, it's good.
Hi, man. How are you?
I'm fine, Matthew, and so are you.
I'm fine too, Dimitri.
Okay.
Let's not stay here. Let's go home. My mom made a nice rice dish. I invite you to eat.
Thank you very much, Matthew, but I wouldn't like to last too long. I had stopped by just to say hello.
But follow me. You won't last. At least you'll get to know my mom.
Okay, as you insist. Let's go.
Who is with you?
Meet my friend Dimitri.
Okay. How are you, my boy?
I'm fine, ma'am. And how are you yourself?
I'm fine too, my boy. How are your parents?
They're doing very well, madam. But you're still very young and very beautiful, madam. You don't look as if you've already had a son this tall.
Really? Do you think so?
Yes, ma'am. You are apparently very young. You're even more beautiful than most of my girlfriends.
Thank you very much. I'm flattered.
I'm coming, Dimitri. I'll get us something to eat.
Oh, no, you don't. Don't bother. I'm not going to eat. Like I said, I won't be long.
Oh, but why wouldn't you like to eat? But just taste. If it's the taste you're worried about, I can assure you that I'm an excellent cook. You must eat something. I insist.
All right, ma'am.
So are you full? Or would you like a little more?
I'd like some more, madam. It's really quite delicious. I assure you, madam. I've never eaten a sweeter dish in my life.
Stop, you little flatterer. I'm sure your mom prepares as well as I do.
My mother cooks just as well, I admit. But not as well.
Thank you very much, Dimitri. Let me complete your dish. Happy arrival, sweetheart.
Thank you, darling.
Let me take your jacket off.
Okay.
This suit fits you like a glove. You look very elegant in.
You already told me that this morning.
But too much meat never spoiled a sauce. Oh, are you wearing the same panties again? I went to the market today. I bought you some very nice panties. I'll bring them to you to try out.
I'm going to try them out tomorrow. For the moment I prefer to stick with this one.
Okay, come and eat.
Okay. Darling,
Here I am, my love. What can I do for you?
what is this very salty sauce you served me?
Salty sauce, you say?
Are you asking me again? How can I work all day? I can't even go home and eat at home. If I didn't have a wife, at least I could understand.
But darling, the salt doesn't go beyond this sauce. We all ate it today. The salt was normal.
You call this normal? Come eat it yourself.
Oh, sorry, darling. Don't get upset, sweetheart. Let me make you a quick sauce so you can eat well.
I don't need it anymore. See you tomorrow.
Oh, my God. But there's nothing wrong with the sauce. I don't know why he thinks it's salty. And yet it's the same sauce that the children ate with appetite today. I even wonder why my husband is so complicated sometimes. In any case, he chose to sleep hungry. It's his own choice. I'll go to bed too. Where has he gone to bed? He's not in the conjugal room.
Who is it?
It's me, honey.
What is it?
Why did you come here to lie down?
Do I have to account to you for where I sleep in my own home?
Please, darling. Forgive me and come back to bed with me.
Apparently you don't want to sleep today. Stay here and wait for me. Good night.
Anyway, I tried my best.
Are you ready?
Yes, Daddy.
Let me give you a lift.
Thanks, Dad.
What about your little sister? Doesn't she have class?
No, Daddy. She doesn't often go on Wednesday mornings.
Okay.
You don't even know our schedules, Dad.
It's because I'm very busy, my children. Don't be angry.
But Mom knows our schedules better than we do ourselves.
That's normal. She's always at home. She's not burdened like me.
Okay.
I'm ready too, darling.
Ready for what? Did you and I have an agenda I don't know about?
I told you yesterday that I should go and see a friend today, darling.
When? I don't remember.
Can I get a seat in your car? I'd like you to give me a head start so I can take a cab.
No. I'm already late and I don't have that kind of time. Besides, I'm not going your way.
I'm not saying take me there, honey. I just want to get down to the cobblestones.
I think I said it's not possible. Figure it out as best you can.
But that's not nice of you at all, honey.
What's not to like? Can you hear yourself? Didn't I buy you a car? Who leaked the engine? Was it me? You dare to tell me it's not nice?
Honey, that car you're talking about was spoiled 2 years ago. You don't have to bring it up anymore. Besides, you're talking as if it was I who spoiled that car. Is it just because of this little favor I just asked you, that you're telling me this story about a spoiled car?
You spoiled it, true or false?
Have a nice day.
My girl, you never grow old.
It's God's grace in my life, sister.
You always knew how to keep yourself young. Just that you've put on a little weight lately. Or are you pregnant?
Where will I find this good thing?
It's probably because you don't want to. You're young. You can still do it if you want. Your daughter must be very old now, isn't she?
Yes, she had celebrated her 10th birthday last month.
And what are you waiting for to make a new baby? Now you see I'm right, don't you? You're probably the one who doesn't want.
You can't understand my girl. Before I got married, I had the idea of 4 children in my head. But since decisions are made together as a couple, we've settled on 2 for the time being.
In any case, you should know that as we age, childbirth becomes increasingly complicated for women. It's always better to do it quickly when you're still young, and still have the means, than to wait until you're in your 40s. I'm already done. I've already got my 5 kids and I don't want any more.
Even if I want to have a child, how will that be possible? It's been over 2 years since my husband and I were intimate. Unless I become Mary, the mother of Jesus, to be fertile without a man. Otherwise, I don't see how it will be possible.
But 2 years is really a long time. It's just 2. Wait. Or are you divorced without telling me?
Divorced where? We're still related, sister.
And why such a restriction? How can you live in the same room with your husband for 2 years without privacy?
I'm telling you, my girlfriend. The last 10 years with my husband were very complicated for me. If I have a good memory, I can tell you that, for 10 years, we'd only touched 10 times.
You're not married, sister. It's not right for things to be like this. Your husband either has another woman on the side, or has an impotence or erectile dysfunction.
Really? But if that were the case, we wouldn't be having kids.
Maybe it happened after.
One thing's for sure. I know my husband will never cheat on me. If there's something wrong with him, I'd say it's impotence.
So you're willing to cut your head off for a man? What makes you think he could ever cheat on you? In any case, be vigilant.
Okay.
Have you talked to him to at least find out what he wants? Maybe the problem is you.
Me? Why should I be a problem? I do everything I can to seduce my man. You yourself have just confirmed that I don't age, haven't you? It's because I work out every day to keep in shape. I always dress like a girl when I'm at home. Scarves are only worn when I go to worship or to a public place. Je fais tellement d'efforts. Mais c'est souvent comme si je m'étais just below sur le des du canard.
As I told you, be more aware of your surroundings and everything that's going on in your home and in your husband's life. Take stock of your life too. Maybe you still have some things to improve about yourself.
I agree.
Happy arrival, son.
Thanks, Mom. How are you to me?
I'm fine. And how are you yourself?
It's okay, Mom.
How are your wife and children?
The kids are fine.
I'm asking about your wife and kids. Why do you answer me half?
I can only control the state of my children. As for Alice, I can't tell you anything about her.
Isn't that your wife?
Isn't that your daughter-in-law too? Call to find out if she's well or not.
What's going on with you, Johnny? For almost 16 years, haven't you understood that this woman is the mother of your children and that you must accept her into your life without judgment? You have to learn to forgive. You can't keep your wife in your heart all these years and go on living with her, on the same you as if nothing had happened. You're probably hurting this woman. I'm very sure of it.
How I hurt her? Did she come to tell you something?
Where will I see her? Wasn't it you who forbade him to come and see me? That's it. She hasn't come to my house since 2015. Even phoning her is complicated.
It's better this way.
In any case, I'm warning you. If you don't sort things out with your wife, I'll go and confess everything to the pastor myself. It's got to stop sometime. Call your wife, and talk to her from the bottom of your heart. I'm sure she had her reasons too.
I don't have that kind of time, Mom. She'll just be home for the heck of it. I have nothing more to do with her.
Do you see other women or?
It's my right.
In that case, release her.
She can leave if she wants to. I'm not holding her back.
Lord, where have I gone wrong? What's wrong with my marriage? All these years it's like I'm a servant in my own home. What's gone wrong? Happy arrival, darling. How was your day?
Thank you.
What have I done wrong again? It's like he gets irritated when he sees me. He really hates me. Please, darling. Forgive me for anything I may have unconsciously done to you. I tried to think, but I couldn't find where to remember what I'd done wrong to you. I had always obeyed you. I even quit my job as soon as you told me not to. I agreed to do anything to please you. But I have the impression that you hate me. Why are you so mean to me? You won't even eat my food anymore. Ever since that salty sauce thing. Frankly, I'm tired. I can't take it anymore.
You know you can leave if you want to, right? I won't keep you here.
But why are you talking to me this way?
Good night.
He's just left me alone in the conjugal room again. So did you succeed in our plan?
No, madam. Your husband is not interested in me.
What do you mean? Are you sure you seduced him?
That's my job, ma'am. I did everything I could. But your husband never gave in.
Okay.
However, I have discovered something that may be of use to you.
So tell me everything.
Your husband goes to an address every morning and evening.
I see. Let me see the address. But what's he going to do there?
No idea. Maybe his mother lives there. Go and check for yourself.
Okay. One thing's for sure, his mom's not at this address. In any case, thank you very much for your help. I'm going to do my own surveys.
All right, ma'am. You're welcome.
See you soon.
Bye.
This is the address the girl gave me. I'm going to put myself in a corner somewhere and see if he'll really come here tonight. Isn't that my husband's car parked over there? But it's him. What would he be doing here? I'll take a closer look.
Happy arrival, darling.
Thank you, sweetheart.
My God. My husband is cheating on me with another woman? I had never imagined this scenario.
I'll have to go home, Matthew.
Your parents are away, aren't they?
Yes, they'll be back tomorrow.
But why don't you stay here with us tonight? You can go home tomorrow as soon as your parents get back.
But didn't you tell your parents I'd be staying with you tonight?
Don't worry. My parents aren't complicated. They won't say anything. Please accept.
I'm in. But I have to inform my parents.
Thank you for accepting. You can use our phone to call your parents.
Okay.
We're going to have so much fun tonight. Besides, there's no class tomorrow.
So Big Brother Dimitri is sleeping over today?
Yes, little sister.
Yippee. I'm so happy.
I can't believe my eyes. What have I done to deserve all this suffering? But where are these children? They're already asleep. Matthew? Olivia? Where are they?
But where's the soap? He told me that these in the shower.
Lord, what's that? What did I just see?
I'm really sorry about the incident earlier.
I'm sorry to see you like this, too. I didn't know you were in the ladies' shower.
I didn't know it was the ladies' shower. I'm so sorry. But that's okay, ma'am.
Matthew told me that your parents have traveled. and that you'll be spending the night.
Yes, ma'am.
I hope he found you a place to sleep.
Yes, ma'am. I'll stay with him in his room.
Alright, then. You can go to bed now. Good night.
Okay.
My husband hasn't even come home yet. Then he'll lie to me that he's been busy at work, or that he's taken an unexpected trip when he's actually at his mistress's house.
Are you crying? What's wrong with you?
It's alright, Dimitri. I'm fine.
No, ma'am. Nobody cries like that when things are going well. You know, ma'am. You can confide in me.
I'd hate to burden you with my personal worries, my boy. Go and rest.
I'm not sleepy, madam. I want to stay here with you.
Okay, whatever you say.
What's wrong? I think you need to talk to someone. It'll be you good.
These are my couple problems, Dimitri. As we speak, my husband is with his mistress.
You mean Matthew's father?
Yes, Dimitri. I suffer too much in this house. I have no peace of heart and soul.
But why are you so sure that your husband should be with a mistress? Maybe he was busy at work, or something else came up.
If that was the case, he should have called me my boy. If I'm so convinced, it's because I've seen him kissing another woman with my own eyes.
You've got to be kidding me. Stop crying, ma'am. I wonder why other men are so oblivious.
I hope you won't be the same.
Never in my life.
May God hear you.
Please stop. It's going to be okay.
Thank you very much for listening to me, Dimitri, and for spending the time with me.
Please, madam. It is a great pleasure for me.
Mommy?
It's not what you think, my son.
I'm ashamed of you, Mom.
Listen to your mom, Matthew. It's not what you think. It was a mistake.
Will you shut up over there? I saw you falling into love with my mother, and you're telling me it's a mistake? Get out of here. Go home.
Oh, my God. What did I just do?
Get out of here, I'm telling you, Dimitri.
Stop bad-mouthing your friend. He's not going anywhere this deep night.
Shut your mouth, Mom. Shameless woman.
You just treated me like that?
What's going on here? Why do you talk badly to your mom? And I talking to you?
I just caught her having sex with Dimitri.
Sacrilege.
Having sex, you say?
Is it true what your son says? You're cheating on me with our son's best friend? Hello.
Wait. Are you talking to me about cheating? Have you already finished with your mistress?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your mistress who you've just left. I saw you today with my own eyes. You thought you were hiding your game, didn't you?
You've got to be kidding me.
Don't change the subject. We're talking about what you were doing with that young man almost your child's age.
You're not even ashamed. I'm going to my room. See you tomorrow. You're spending the night here, Dimitri. You're not going anywhere. Come with me and I'll give you a room.
I'm very sorry, ma'am, for the incident that occurred. I'm the reason for all these problems.
I admit we got carried away. But it wasn't your fault. I take full responsibility. And rest assured, this mistake will never happen again between you and me.
All right, ma'am.
Enter? What do you want from me? I don't feel like talking to you.
You're right to be angry, son. I'd do the same if I were in your shoes. But how are you going to understand what's really going on if you don't give me the chance to tell you?
Speak, I'm listening.
Okay. Can I sit next to you?
You can sit down.
Listen, son. First of all, I'd like to apologize for what you saw yesterday. It wasn't worthy of a mother like me. I promise it will never happen again. Ever again in my life. I let my emotions get the better of me.
I heard.
You're in this house but you really don't know what's going on. You're not a child anymore. I think I made a mistake by hiding certain realities from you. I've been with your father for 19 years now, but I can assure you that your father and I have only been intimate 10 times.
Oh, that's not even once a year.
I assure you, my boy. The last time was 5 years ago. But I'm young. I gave birth to you when I was 19. I'm not even 40 yet. I also have urges that are sometimes very strong. I fight day and night not to fornicate. Because I wanted at all costs to keep my dignity and save my marriage because of you, my children. I've always had the strength to cope with your father's absence from my life. I even managed to hold out until yesterday, when I found out he had a mistress.
So is it true about the mistress?
Yes, and I've even got the pictures here. You can see for yourself.
My God.
I was so upset yesterday that I was completely in tears. Dmitri was the only person who noticed my grief. As usual. When he comes to the house, he's always as attentive and helpful as a good child could be to his mother. Just yesterday he caught me crying, and insisted that I share my sorrows with him. After that, he just wanted to cuddle me. But I didn't know what had come over me, and I jumped on top of him and started kissing him. It was my fault, not your best friend's.
I'm really sorry I was such an uncavering child to you. If I'd really been there, none of this would have happened. Yesterday I was snoring away in my room, while you were crying. I'm so sorry for all your pain, Mom. I knew Dad didn't love you like he used to. I could also see that he was doing inappropriate things, but I didn't know he was hurting you so much. I'm really sorry I insulted you yesterday.
That's alright. It's because you didn't really know the story. Now that you do, I hope you'll change.
You don't have to stay with Dad anymore, you know. You're not going to die trying to do us good. I understand your pain, and I'm sure my little sister will too, when she grows up.
I know, son. But it's really not the best solution for us. We are a beautiful family. My prayer is that your father will come to his senses and change his behavior towards me, if he really still.
Enter?
I'm so sorry, darling, for all the suffering you have endured because of me. I'd been at the door ever since, and I'd heard everything. Your mother's right. I really did have a mistress for 10 years, and we had 2 children.
For 10 years? And you have up to 2 children? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You kept this from me all these years. But why did you do this to me? Yet I loved you with all my heart. I gave up everything for you. And you, on the other hand, cheated on me until you had 2 children out of wedlock.
I'm so sorry, honey. Find a place in your heart to forgive me.
But what had I done to you that was so serious as to motivate you to cheat on me, John?
It all started the day I discovered that our first pregnancy hadn't ended naturally, but that you yourself had aborted it on purpose. It was from that day on that your love fled from my heart. I began to harbor a deep hatred for you. It was as if you'd killed a child. It gnaws at me day and night. So I decided not to say anything to you, but that I would no longer offer you my love and attention. I'd also decided to get a mistress and run away from home once in a while. All those stories about traveling for work were lies. I would often stay with my mistress.
I'm so sorry, honey, for what I did. I recognize that it was criminal to abort our child without even your approval. Besides, I lied to you. but it was a very difficult time for us. You didn't have a job. The little job I had was barely enough for the two of us. After our pregnancy, the doctor told me we were carrying a Down syndrome baby. I knew that if I told you, you wouldn't take my advice to have an abortion.
A Down syndrome child? But all you had to do was tell me.
If I told you, I'm sure you wouldn't have agreed. And I wouldn't want to make the mistake of bringing such a child into the world that would cost us enormous care. When we were broke.
It's true that I wasn't going to accept your choice. But you had to tell me. Now I had another idea in my head while you wanted to save our relationship. I'd hated you unnecessarily all this time without even being right. If it hadn't been for my mom's insistence that I stay with you, I'd have filed for divorce by now. We weren't even going to have kids together.
I'm so sorry, darling. I promise, from now on, I won't hide anything from you anymore. We'll talk about anything and everything.
I also promise never to hide anything from you again, starting today. I will also try to put an end to my relationship with my mistress. I'll also let you know about my other children. I hope you forgive me.
What choice do I have? You're not the only one responsible for this. I'm as much to blame as you are. I forgive you and I hope you forgive me too.
Yes, I forgive you, darling.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you still love me?
Yes, I still love you.
I love you too.
Good for you. I love you both. I'm going to run to my friend Dimitri and apologize.
We'll give you a lift. Isn't it, darling?
Yes, let's go. Thank you, Lord, for restoring my marriage. Thank you for this wonderful grace you have given us. Amen.
And so ends this animation. My brothers and sisters in Christ, the most important lesson I'd like to pass on to you through this animation is the importance of communication in a couple and in all forms of human relationships. When more than two people are together, communication is always needed to understand each other. What's obvious to one person may not be to the other. It's only by communicating genuinely and sincerely that we can understand the foundations and motivations behind someone's actions. The lack or absence of communication has broken up many marriages, unfortunately. It's not all about witchcraft or the devil. All it takes is simple communication to heal wounds and hearts. You know, when you put two people who have the same values, the same opinions, and the same upbringing together, if they don't speak the same language or there's a communication barrier, those two people will always think they hate each other. But it's only a question of language barrier or understanding. In Proverbs 18 verse 13, we read, "He who answers before he hears does a foolish deed and brings confusion upon himself." True communication is very important. We could avoid a great deal of disagreement and pain if people, out of mutual esteem, chose to listen to each other attentively. Listening to the other is an act of consideration. But how can we listen if we don't communicate? Just as we train to become better at a sport, we need to practice good communication in order to have positive and effective relationships. It's a lifelong challenge in every area. For he who does not know how to communicate with the other in whom God has put a crippled part of himself, can never claim to communicate well with the living God. This is false and very false, for Scripture itself tells us, "If therefore you present your offering at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your offering there before the altar, and go first to be reconciled with your brother. Then come and present your offering. Agree quickly with your adversary, while you are on the way with him, lest he hand you over to the judge, and the judge hand you over to the officer of the law, and you be put in prison." May the Lord bless you, and grant you the grace of good communication in your everyday relationships. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss a thing as soon as we publish a new video. Until next time.